Yo, it's Void. I'm just gonna showcase my build since I've kind of been delaying it. I have like 5 builds to showcase over my period of time making the videos, and lately I've just been bored of Deepwoken, and the game is really buggy right now, so I'm just gonna show the builds that I've meaning to be showing for a while, and you know, if you guys want to make it, you can make it however you want. And just gonna show. So first, these are my talents. I'll have the builder on screen and probably in the description if I can find it. You can probably make the talents or the mantras however you want, but main thing about this build is just the M1 mantra base. So M1 into Shadow, M1 Stormblades, M1 into Move. This build is really good for that. Also, the combo potential between the two. See, Grand Javelin can also proc your Nemesis Crate and your Shadow Assault, which is really good on low HP with Blast Spark. Because when you're low, it'll just confirm the hit. It's also just really good in general. You have Rapid Slashes as a Encloser and Eclipse Kick and Shadebringer as Guard Breakers. Now, I have Dawnwalker on the build because, you know, Radiant Kick was also supposed to be a closer apart from Rapid Slashes, but Dawnwalker is also on the buggy list, just as Contractor is. Like, it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but it's whatever. Now for my talents, you can just slow down if you need to watch or look at it. My summary. Build isn't that high physical or HP. I just slapped a bunch of stuff on it. It's not really mid-maxed, it's just how I put the stuff on it. Most of these aren't even physical resistance and stuff like that, so you can make the build how you want. This is just how I made it. And on to the next one. This is the next build on the list. This is my Flame Vision Shipper build. I wiped it due to a bug in the depths. That's why in the thumbnail it's in the frags, but I resurrected. It's a really good build in general. And overall, I changed the drip a lot since then. Got my little freshie rags and stuff. Mantras are however you want. It's just depending on if you want to keep Dancing Steps or not, because Dancing Steps is on the build, and it wasn't supposed to be a Dancing Steps build, but I kind of flipped a coin and went with it anyways, and Dancing Steps is fun as a flame user. The weapon I changed a lot since the video. I have, what's it called? I used to have a Detonation Purple Cloud, but since the Purple Cloud nerfs, it used to become bad, so I now using a Shell Tail, since the Shell Tail are bad Voidwalkers. Anyways, back to the showcase. These are my talents. My summary. Also same thing. Physical could be higher, HP could be higher. It's not mid-max whatsoever because I don't really mid-max the builds. I usually just play to have fun, so it's just whatever you want to do. You can try to min-max it as much as you can. It's still a good build at the end of the day, and the 2 Voidwalkers over there. And overall still good. Illusionary counter is pretty good because it's just prediction, and Abyssal Ridge does like a bar of damage. It used to it combos into Flaming Scourge, but after the Flaming Scourge nerf, there's not really a point. Overall, you can just make the build, change up the mantras to whatever fits your play style, and that is that. This is the Crippleblade Hero. Okay, stats will always be put on screen. Now, this was 5 attunements, as I have Needle Barrage in here. Needle Barrage was to apply rods into crit and it worked with the Shadow Hero Blade and Crit Blade crit, where you just throw the Needle Barrage, pull, and then critical. Used to be a broken combo, but they now took that out of the game, so you can't do that anymore. So now I just run the forward 2 mints, and as you say, like the forward 2 mints, the fourth one is for Thunder for Arc Wave, as I have 26 Thunder Call. This build is still one of my favorite quad attunement builds yet. Gale and Shadow is already one of my favorites, but adding Twisted Puppets and other good flame mantras on top of that just make this build overall pretty good. I'm gonna probably switch out Flaming Scourge since that's no longer good for another fire mantra to proc Flame Halo and other stuff. And overall, with the Crit Blade, the Crit Blade is still pretty good on the build. Like I said, I just can't play heavy because I'm really bad at heavy. So I just ran with the Shadow Hero Blade instead. But overall, for movement and stuff like that, the Shadow Hero Blade is better, since the crit for the Shadow Hero Blade, you can, you know, lash, dash, and, you know, do the little air thing, go farther with it. That's why it makes it so good with Gale. A talent, if you need to pause and read. Again, none of these builds are cooked to perfection. These are just my stats, and most of these builds are 500 HP, about 25 to 30 physical. I don't min-max the builds all the way. Like I said, you guys can do that if you want. I'm just showing you the builds and I have fun with. That's it for this one. This is the Salt Chemist build I made the Archangel slot on. This slot is one of my favorite slots when potions were broken. This Salt Chemist is still one of the best, one of the top tier oaths, since most of it is like kind of broken. The posture pots are still pretty good. On my dagger build, I got guard broken by a rising wind, the starting windup, so it's still pretty good. And people in Chime just overall just use the healing pods. The potions I have on this are mind-breaking potions for people that have Manic with 0 willpower, because it makes you full insane and easy to combo with. I have Dueling Blight, of course this is the healing. Actually no, this is the speed. I forgot about this. The speed is one of the best potions. I recommend everybody go speed potion on their build, because the way you can just Eclipse Kick and still move with it is a lot, like, really good. And just all your wind mantras in general, you just go farther and faster. Especially being able to move with mantras in general is still pretty broken. And for the last one I have for throwing, these are just ether potions. Now, ether potions, or you can put posture potions, whatever you want as your third. These are just what I have fun with most of the time. This is, like I said from the last build, Shadow Hero Blade and Gale is one of my favorite combos because of the amount of speed and stuff you can pick up, especially with speed potions. Overall, you can just go crazy however you want with the critical into Eclipse Kick, whatever you want. These are the talents on the build. Stats. Overall, still a pretty fun build. I use this build from time to time in Chime. People mostly dodge it, so I don't really get on this slot as much, but it's still a fun build. And at last, we have the King of Gale Flame build. This build is my second main, because overall, just I like Gale and Flame a lot. I've been a D1 for Gale Flame just because I love the Fan the Flames move. Just overall, Fan the Flames is just a lot of fun in general, but it can also get you mixed up because if they parry it, they can just hit you with Burning Servants and you're stuck in hand flag. But even with Air Force is one of my favorite mantras too. There's overall good pusher. Now I have a build with a hero blade, but I just revamped it, made it into a curve, because curved is just fun with aftercut, and I made it with Spectre instead of suffocation, which is again a lot of fun too. Of course, here are the talents. This is probably one of my most min-max builds. As you see, I have 520 HP with 42 physical. As much as I can on this build, since I have a good kit. This is one of the builds I did try to min-max to the fullest. I could probably get more, to be honest, if I got more physical or more HP rings. Because I'm pretty sure I have like 3 HPs, 4 HP rings. Overall, one of my favorite builds in general. And I hope you guys enjoyed the build showcase.